One, if you caught the show last night, I referenced this one in my letter to Celestia. Now, this one is all 100% creepy.
And 100%, oh my God, whose crazy psychotic mind could come up with this monstrosity?
And
Kind
this
of like a
guy,
failed alchemic experiment.
yeah, this one is
It's
this
called Royal Flush by Robo 2.
yeah, if you can't tell, they have physically combined Celestia, Luna, and Cadence into one single grotesque form.
Yeah, with all of the little bones sticking out, the inner ripples of the upper mouth, all the teeth. Um, yeah, there's definitely a lot of anatomical knowledge from this piece that has been twisted into some sort of horrific. It's just, it's an abomination. That's the best word that I can come up with this
And that's
for.
a,
It's an
and
abomination against God, that sort of thing.
It's got the three big horses, so it is a royal flush. I
haha, yeah,
suppose.
that's hence the name. And this is one of those that it is definitely very, very. It's a very grotesque image, and if it weren't for the amount of detail that went into this, because it's not even like their adult forms. This looks like, because of the length of their muzzles, this actually looks like in their filly states, only with their full manes.
Ew.
Yeah.
Why does it only have Cadence's tail?
Well, I don't know.
What's that
Um,
thing on the top? Is that like necromorph or something?
Those
yeah,
those things there look like the start of their wings.
yeah. Like their wing has been stunted. Like if you've ever seen a chicken with all its feathers off, they have like a little tiny wing growth.
Yeah, but the whole top of their body. Like, what
Oh, it
is
looks like
that?
that's where their spines are fusing
Uh,
when coming out. Yeah, yeah. See, the thing about this is it's thoroughly creepy because it's so anatomically accurate to if this were going to actually happen, which I
Like,
really, yeah,
yeah,
it's
let's
gross.
hope it doesn't.
You've
No,
got.
I'm thinking now, Veggie. Imagine if this is how fusions worked in Dragon Ball.
Oh
Oh Lord.
gosh, no! Let's not think about that.
Oh.
Uh,
Someone has to draw a half Vegeta, half Goku freak of nature now.
let's not imagine that. And
I'm sure
let's-
someone has. I'm sure it's
Uh,
been done.
Let's
But
get the
the
detail.
creepiest thing about this, never mind the different sections of the spine that you can see, never mind Celestia's twisted neck that's attached to the back of her head, never mind the little spikes of bone that are coming out of the back of their heads, and never mind the fact that never mind the wing that's just sort of half there and the different, like, there's probably like 5 legs instead of 4 or something ridiculous. Let's take a look at that mouth right there. You got the
Yeah.
teeth, which is already a creepy factor, and you can kind of see like teeth at the bottom of the mouth too. But this mouth, there's no way it can close. It's just a disgusting, open, crazed tunnel into death. And you've got like this flesh skin pulling from Luna's jaw onto Celestia's, and they're all attached like that. It has become this horrific 3-jawed monster. Um,
Again, that's not really what Rule 34 is.
That's his Rule 34, though.
that's
Oh, okay.
Oh dear Lord!
He says eggs Rule 34. If it does not exist, it will. So pretty much
Okay.
what you were just saying about the whole DBZ thing, he's apparently going to try and make that. So
All right. You got to send it when you're done.
uh
You got to tweet it to us.
Yeah, tweet it to them, not me. I don't really care.
yeah, she wants no part of this.
I wish no
He-
part of your crazy shenanigans.
He follows our Twitter, so he can do it.
I like
Please, God, no.
and it's like they're not. It's not even this creature isn't even really alive. It is like an undead monster. Their eyes are glossed over like that. You can only see just a very, very faint trace of what was there of the original eye color. You can just barely see it in each of their eyes.
Yeah, This kind of actually reminds me of a failed experiment. And for those of you who have seen Full Metal Alchemist, this kind of reminds me of the Call of the Chimera, just a little bit.
Yeah,
Has anyone seen?
I
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
yeah, that's what that reminded me of the same. It reminded me of the same thing about the attempted human resurrection alchemy, because
Oh
they would
yeah,
always
that's
come
sort
out.
of
They would come out looking like this.
yeah,
In the
lovely
beginning.
abomination that's just totally wrong.
This is like how The Fly looked in the 80s remake with Jeff Goldblum. That's what I just thought of.
Oh.
That's what he looked like when he came out eventually.
Yes. Favorite.
You're favoriting this?
I favorited that. I just probably maybe not something I look at all the time, but again, it's very, very grotesque. The saving factor for this is the amount of sheer detail that goes into this piece.
This looks like a traditional piece too. This was traditionally done with pencil and color pencil.
Everything looks like it was dehydrated. If you could see the withering muscle mass on it, and how each I love this. I wish they did an image with both sides, because I'd love to see the other side, because you could see right there next to Cadence's head, you can see one of her legs, and on the side with Luna's, you can see Luna's leg going all the way back to her cutie mark. But it looks like they kind of combined Cadence's and Luna's back leg, and the other side is Celestia's on the other side. And you can
but it kind of looks like it's a leg in the middle of the body.
Yeah, it looks a little off. But I imagine that's something that's kind of difficult to do with something like this, as it is.
The whole thing looks off, let's be honest.
Yeah, the whole thing's kind of crazy and disgusting, but I think part of what makes it so great, again, is the amount of anatomical knowledge that would have had to be known to create, one, first, something that's anatomically correct, and then two, to manipulate anatomy to make it so grotesque and yet look like it's actually plausible. To make it look like this could be a deformed creature that's actually attached in the right places in some sort of disgusting way. But again, this piece actually captured my eye because of the detailed line work and, of course, the very gentle pencil work and shading that's been put into it. The way that the muscles are drawn, you can see the form, the suggestions of, again, three-dimensional work, the bulging of the muscles, the knowledge of muscular structure and bone structure are pretty much top-notch here. And it's translated into a hyper-realistic version of what this guy imagines would happen if the princesses were fused. Thank goodness Princess Twilight Sparkle isn't also fused with them, am I right?
Yeah, that would
Where would the legs go then?
Probably just give her like 6 legs.
The only thing missing from this would be like a disgusting tongue, but I think it's already creepy enough as it is.
We don't.
It doesn't need a tongue. It just sucks in its prey.
Yep.
Its jaw unhinges like a snake.
And this guy has a lot of other work like this. I'm not going to click on anything and show you some of this other stuff, because I see what he was doing here, but some of this other stuff is like, what were you thinking? Why did you make this? I don't see what would have inspired this.
I'm gonna see.
Yeah.
You're not gonna click on the others, or?
Yeah, I'm not gonna click on the others. I mean, we're already technically over, but we don't have, I don't think, that much left, so.
No, we have quite a bit, but I think we should finish them all, because you're the one who wanted a Grimdark episode, so I'm gonna put you through it.
And this is the Flying Magicks. It stops for no one.
That's true, it doesn't stop for anyone. Not even Pinkamena and Gummy, a very sadistic version of them, which is the next piece.
This is hilarious, though.
Flanax.
This is hilarious because of how outrageous it is.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
He still has no teeth. Look.
And that's why Pinky has to do this. She has to grind up another pony, and I still have no idea who that is.
That's Fluttershy. Look up there. It's coming in through the machine. You can see her cutie mark.
It doesn't look like a butterfly, though.
Why is it always the Pegasi that she has to kill?
I don't know. She has something against winged ponies. Also, Another cue would be the skull around her neck. Looks like a rabbit skull.
This
Oh,
is
she killed
very
Angel.
true. This is very, very true.
Why is her cutie mark like drawn on with pencil?
Well, I think the whole thing is meant to be dark, so it's almost like a punk dark version of a reimagining of My Little Pony and Pinkamena. So you've got this very hip looking picture of Pinkamena, but it's very dark with a black cutie mark to represent, I guess, how off she is right now. And of course, you've got, the disgusting but simplified meat grindings and Gummy looking like a full grown alligator, but without teeth still.
It's funny to me.
It doesn't. It looks like something else. It looks like just a really big lizard. It doesn't look like an alligator at all.
Yeah.
It's true. It does look like a big lizard.
And as far as the image itself goes, it looks like this was not the original background this was on. It's like he initially drew this on a white background, and then suddenly decided, hey, I'm going to put this on a blue background. And the original, like, white edges still came through.
Yeah, the thing that's really disgusting to me about this is the crank. It's a crank meat grinder, and it's, pony flesh. Oh, God, it's disgusting. This piece is disgusting.
What, I mean, in a lot of other, like, in South Park, if you'll remember, I think you've both seen this, the one with Scott Tenorman.
Mm-hmm.
And Cartman grinds up his parents into chili and feeds it to him without him knowing. How did he do that?
Well, I mean, they have automatic meat grinders.
This they do. I've used them.
Right, but they might not here because of older, technology.
Still, you know what? Let's just call it disgusting like it is.
But it's funny because it's so outrageous.
It is outrageous. The line art's nice, and the form that's been created is nice and elegant, sort of. See, I have a hard time appreciating its artistic quality because it's so grotesque to me. I'm sorry. I'm trying, but...
Well, why does she need a butcher knife in the meat if it's already grinded up?
Just to make it worse.
That's pretty much that's exactly it.
Not even there using it, just kind of, I'm just going to stick this in here and make it look awesome.
Well, I mean, you can only put so much meat in the grinder at once, so she probably had to hack off pieces and... Oh, why am I even rationalizing this? Can we just go to the next one? Fooled Them All by Joey Bean.
Oh, this one.
Now I'm scared of watching that episode.
This is nightmare fuel.
And this is what should have happened in the
season
2 finale. This is what should have been shown. Whenever Chrysalis was changing back to herself from being Cadence.
I think they would have been sued for like giving parents heart attacks and like ruining child's lives.
Yeah.
It builds character.
At least then you won't be scared of anything else when you get older. Because this will have horrified you so intensely that you just know.
And one of the things I like that I think makes this that much more creepy is the art style of it. If it had been done in a different style, it wouldn't have been as creepy as it looks.
Mm-hmm. Dark, rough painter strokes, sharp teeth, deformed smile, deformed body, everything being exaggerated to the point of just... It's like a hallucinating nightmare is happening to you right now when you're looking at this piece. Like she's expanding in front of you as she transforms. Her mouth is expanding to come and swallow you up or rip you to shreds or something. It's just... It's part of a... what's the word for it? Oh gosh, I can't remember the word for it.
No, that's not good. If you can't remember it, I certainly don't know it.
No, it's like it's not supernatural. It's a word.
What's the definition of the word?
It's like those paintings that are very surreal. Oh yeah, surrealism. It's very. It seems very surrealistic, in a way. The way it suddenly distorts into terrifying, crazy eyes and.
That might have been the easiest way to get you to remember that ever.
It's scary. I want to go home.
It's okay. We're on our last image.
Yay, last image is actually not as creepy as it is Grimdark. It's like a
Oh,
comic.
if you look at that Totoro picture, you can see Gordon Freeman inside the thing.
What?
And you know it's him because on the character tags it says Gordon Freeman.
Oh god.
It ain't Gordon Freeman. That's why there's no Half-Life 3.
Oh
Totoro
god.
Gordon Freeman.
Lol. Well, guys, there you have it. Half-Life 3 can't happen. He's dead. He was eaten by a Japanese monster.
So now we move on to this comic. It looks like they used a more. They didn't use the show style animation, the show style drawing.
Celestia looks like
body.
G3 show style.
That's what I was saying. They don't look like the G4 style of art.
Mm-hmm.
It
They look more equine like.
Even Celestia's hair though is like the G3 hair that you'd see.
Well, of course, because the G4 hair is not nearly as defined as the G3 hair was. So if this is going to become slightly more realistic in equine, you're going to see the strands of hair. So you've got Twilight Sparkle's strands of hair, and you've also got Princess Celestia's a very ephemeral hair going on there as well. That transforms and sort of has a life of its own as well as it wraps around Twilight's body and picks her up and shouts in her face with sort of dragon-like teeth and tongue and whatever.
Too bad G3's characters couldn't have been as defined as they were in G4.
And there's more art of this, which is pretty cool. That she actually has somewhere. This is actually a comic which you can read. That's been ongoing, which is pretty darn cool. And there's some art somewhere, and I gotta find it, of Celestia and Luna fighting in like their full crazy forms. But I had to find it. It's gotta be her somewhere.
Oh my god, the last panel.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Hardcore crazy.
Yeah, the solar flare would just incinerate the moon, like, instantly, though. She does have a point. Like, if a solar flare were to hit the Earth, it would incinerate it.
Yeah. Here's some fan art from the comic, or of the comic. Right here, I'm going to post it in the live stream as well. Just to see, like, where the comic is going with this.
Old gods of Equestria.
Sort of like to represent what they might look like in their final forms.
Oh,
So,
they've suddenly turned into Dragon Ball people. They have final forms.
This isn't
I don't
even
know.
my final form.
this isn't even my final form.
There is really good Grimdark out there. It doesn't necessarily have to be overly grotesque. It doesn't necessarily have to. Grimdark does not mean just, blood and gore everywhere. There can be beauty even in things such as death.
Like that amazingly gorgeous picture that you have up right now.
Yes.
Even Rainbow Dash is unamused.
Unamused.
She's like, why are we here? Can I go home?
She's bleeding rainbow and sparkles and clouds.
And Pinkie Pie has a heart-shaped blood stain on her apron.
How cute.